It's the fucking Sensitivity Podcast. Biatch.
Yo, it's the most unceremonious face reveal ever.
Oh no, face reveal.
Crazy hamburger.
Crazy hamburger!
Are you in the shop? Am I in the
I'm
shop?
kind of, I know. Maybe move it a bit closer so they can the fine details of our faces.
Oh, so you guys can see all the pores and pimples.
Okay, so today we'll be reacting to TikToks. Gaten's doing the thing from Travis Scott. Damn, man. All those farm murders. Gaten, please. Gaten's really I think Gaten is black, but bro sounds straight colored when he talks.
No, I think he is colored.
I think he's black. Or he might be mixed between the
He
two.
could be a mix, yeah. But to me, he's more colored than anything. It's just one of those dark ones. The dark ones.
The networkers.
He's just a colored darkie. Anyway.
Hey guys, don't take any offense. That's
saying
normal.
that multiple farms are being taken in South Africa.
South Africa used to be
That's
based.
not-
but
I
now-
swear I can't hear it.
Even with Gaten McKenzie's.
True. It's not true. And we know that's not true.
That's audio.
But a lot of our white people know that's not true. And they need to tell the truth. AfriForum is talking nonsense. Nonsense. That's not true. That's not true. White people's farms are not being taken in South Africa. And if you know it's the truth, why not saying something? As a white person, you have a duty to say that's not true.
What? Is Gaten actually saying white people's farms are not being taken?
Yeah, because he's speaking about a different context here. This man is talking about institutionally, the ANC taking farms without expropriation. That's what he's talking about, and he's not disclosing his context compared to how it actually happens in reality.
This was 16 minutes.
No, in fact, I'm not watching the whole 16 minutes. 16 minutes of my life. Hell no.
Refugee status. Okay, well, we know about this. Okay. A little rundown, shall we say.
Turn to the camera.
So basically, I don't know if you heard, there's this little thing going on in South Africa at the moment with America. And just a small thing, tiny, insignificant details.
No biggie.
Basically, America's cut off all of their aid to us. All of it. Because they just realized how racist South Africa is.
Yeah. Newsflash.
And if you didn't know, and if you didn't know, it's more racist now than back in the apartheid times. So that's something.
Yeah, legit.
And also, if you didn't know, I feel like I need to move in here.
Oh.
Here we go. Also, if you didn't know, the same thing happened back in apartheid times, where the other countries that were part of the United Nations and just all those other world organizations where countries come together, they sanctioned South Africa before, and that's why apartheid ended.
Yeah.
Not because Nelson Mandela was fighting for the rights of the people, but because the country was going to collapse without aid from other countries. And so the white people running the country were like, okay, fine, we'll stop doing the thing. And then black people got in power and ran with the power.
Ran away with the power. What do you mean ran with? It's gone now. Now, sure. Honestly, that was a free and fair election. People might say that it wasn't, but people had the option to choose. They could have chosen to keep apartheid there, but 2/3 of the white people were like, this isn't right. You know what? This actually, it's inhumane. We shouldn't do this to people. We shouldn't segregate them just because of their skin color. It's dumb. And then it happened. And then Nelson came in. And then, well, yeah.
Yeah.
And then after Nelson, we all know how that went. Unfortunately. And here we are. Here we are.
30 years later, we were under the thumb of the same political party for 30 years, which is insane. This political party that has literally run our country into the dust. We had one of the strongest countries back in the day.
Yeah.
Our currency was comparable to the American dollar at some point.
Yeah, it was like 1 rand equals like 2 pounds back then. Which was like, that is huge.
That's unimaginable.
Now it's like 20 rand.
Ooh, let's have a look, shall we?
I need to see this. This is going to make me cry. I would love to see this.
Pounds to rands.
Hoi!
Or no, I should say rands to pounds. Rands to pounds.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay, now let me say pounds to rand so we can see the...
20.
Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. Do you see what I'm talking about? Do you see what I'm talking about? This is
South Africa
insane.
fell off. No, we fell off. We fell into the pit toilet, guys.
And this is South Africa we're talking about. We are one of the biggest exporters of gems, jewels, and precious like materials in terms of like metals and gold and stuff like that. And we have one of the weakest currencies.
Yeah, because we don't manufacture.
Yeah.
We are primary providers, primary sector focus, which is like you get the least amount of money from that.
And I think what the problem is this is something that I've noticed just in general with Africa, is that there's something...
Ooh, here we go. Oh shit, you said the word Africa.
So I've noticed this, like, everybody knows Africa is like this war-torn continent. Every time there's always corruption here in this country, in that country. There's always wars going on. Kids being sent to war and all of that. It's the same things happening here in South Africa. It's and I don't think it has anything to do with race or anything like that. I think it's just what happens when people are in poverty and then they are given a lot of power all of a sudden. And that's clearly what's happened here in South Africa as well. The second that, for lack of a better word, the black people came into power, the second that they came into power and got control of all the gems and precious metals and stuff like that, all of a sudden they have all of this wealth. And
yeah, I'm going to hide it in my couch now.
They have a machine that they can get all of this wealth. They can distribute it for money, and they don't, and they refuse to spend any of that on like the actual infrastructure of our country. So our roads have gone to shit. Our electricity has gone to shit.
If we even get electricity, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and half of the country, if even half of the country, doesn't even have proper working toilets.
I was about to say that now.
Yeah.
Like kids are falling into pit toilets and dying. Like if that isn't the turning point for people to not vote for the ANC, I don't know what. I don't know what it's going to. I honestly don't know what it's going to take.
Yeah, and going back to the electricity thing, electricity tariffs have raised by 12%.
I don't think. Maybe it was 12. Maybe just double check.
Yeah.
I think it's 12%. Like they wanted to do 17%, and then they were like, "No, let's do 12% because that's better."
Electricity
management
tariff,
increase. There it is.
12.7.
That
12.7%. So,
but we already get nothing.
We don't even get the electricity we pay for because of load shedding.
Yeah, you don't get 250 rands worth if you pay 250.
Yeah.
You get less than 100. We don't even use our geyser that much, which is the biggest concern.
There are people in this country that leave the geyser on all day.
Yeah. That
must be nice.
That is a sign of wealth. Honestly, what do they call it? Quiet privilege. Quiet, what's it? Quiet
something like that.
luxury.
Oh,
Quiet
wow.
luxury.
Anyway.
My gaze is on all the time.
That is like the most, tell
Are
me
you
you're rich
kidding
without
me?
telling me you're rich, eh?
Yeah, my
Yeah,
gaze
that's
is on all
crazy.
the time.
But yeah, and so we've had all of this wealth in our country for so long. But the people in power don't want to use that wealth to actually better the country. They just want to keep filling their own pockets. And so they've let all the actual infrastructure of our country go to shit.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why we have load shedding. That's the reason why we have a lot of the problems we have in our country now. Homelessness is fucking through the roof as well. That's also something.
You'd think the CBD would look nicer than it does. We need to do like a walkthrough and show the world what our CBD looks like.
Fuck no.
We will get robbed. We will get robbed immediately.
But then there will be no video.
Yeah, it will just be like 5 seconds, and then you'll see someone running up with a knife, and then the video cuts.
No, there won't be a video because the equipment will be stolen.
No, they will obviously. We'll ask them to post the video. And then,
before you take my phone, can you just give me the memory card? I just need the memory card for the video.
Yeah, that actually worked. Like one of my friends got robbed. Getting robbed is like I would consider that like a common occurrence here.
Yeah, like you're on South African, you haven't been robbed at least once.
Yeah, you are like special if you haven't gone robbed because it's that bad.
Yeah.
And my friend actually he got robbed. He was silly enough to take his phone with him one day, and then the guy was robbing him, and he's like, "Oh, one more thing. I know you're gonna take that, but can I just get the phone?" And he actually
I have heard the exact same kind of story.
Which is what?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Nice robbers.
The scalums can be nice sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Oh, scalum is a South African term. Scalum, tsotsi. It basically just means like thug, thief. Someone who's like that is banned.
Bleep that. Editing.
Who are you telling to bleep?
Me. I'm telling me.
You're telling the audience to bleep that.
This me here. Edit that out. But yeah.
Yeah, the electricity hikes. Oh, another thing. Just on the note of, since we're talking about load shedding. So today, I heard this thing. They made an announcement talking to the production sector, basically. So secondary sectors. And they were like, hey guys, Eskom would strongly urge you to cut your production. Cut your production by at least 30%. Just to reduce the load on the grid. Do
you mind running your business at 70% capacity and making less money?
What
to make it better on us?
And you know what's going to happen? The cost is passed to who? Taxpayers.
Yay!
Us.
My favorite thing.
I'm fed up of paying tax, bro. Let's watch these stupid TikToks so I can forget about the fact that I pay tax.
I want to see people reacting to this shit, man.
Reacting to what? You must go
Terrible things are happening in South Africa. The leadership is doing some terrible things.
Why couldn't they dub it?
Horrible things. So that's under investigation right now. We're making a determination. They're taking away land. They're confiscating land. And actually, they're doing things that are perhaps far worse, terrible things.
Okay, yeah, let's actually talk about this.
Oh.
Yeah. I like, yeah. This is a cool...
Okay. Well, what's your take on what he just said?
Well, I, for one, think it's very bad that the government is taking... Yeah, I mean, I'm sure at this point a lot of people know what's going on. But basically, the government's just kind of taking people's land. Like, just taking people's land without compensating them. And it's known as the Expropriation Without Compensation Act. Yeah. So literally, they're just taking people's land without paying them. And then, yeah, cool. They just have to go fuck off, I guess.
Fuck off, I guess.
And it's mostly happening to white people, if not only white people. I've only heard of it happening to white people.
Well, it's probably happening to everyone. Let's be
Yeah,
frank.
that's also true. Either way, it shouldn't be happening at all. If that's your land, keep your land. But I mean, he's not specifically Trump here. He mentioned the land, but that's not the end of what he's talking about here as well. There's a lot of things going on in our country that is very racist, and Americans love to talk about institutional racism.
You guys have no idea.
You have no fucking idea.
Yeah, I guess. Like,
you want to talk about institutional racism? How about you can't own a business? You can't 100% own a business if you are white. You have to have someone who is black or colored or something have a partial share.
Yeah, at least 30%. Or if you are like Elon Musk, they wanted him to give over 51% of Starlink. Are you insane? Are you actually insane? No one is doing that. So he was like, okay, fuck you. Bye. I'm going to America now. Like, no one is going to open anything here. Even if you are like a small business owner, you have to open up something illegal because going through all of the bureaucracy, you're not going to get anywhere. You're not making any money. It's going to take too long because nobody does their job in the public sector. It's not worth it. That's why crime is insane.
Mm-hmm.
People just do whatever because it's easier to do whatever than to do it the legit way. The legit way doesn't work. That's the truth.
Yeah.
That is the truth.
That's a beautiful point. And I think it's definitely not just in South Africa.
No, it's not. No,
like everywhere.
It's not.
And I think that's the system is built in that way.
It's a commie. It's commie. It's so commie. It's so dead.
Just comment. Hi, Donald.
Hi.
Hey, first comment. Hey.
Tabang. Hi, bo tabang. Hi.
Tabang. Oh my word, tabang.
You know it's South African, bro. 100. Yo. And obviously it's from someone named Zaid. Zaid. But it's Zaid.
Oh my yo.
It was nice while we were undercover. What do you mean? But you may confiscate land from Palestinians. Who gives you the right? He's the president of the United States and he wants to rehouse those people who were decimated.
You sound like a Democrat, right?
They are homeless. There's no houses. Did you see what the Gaza Strip looks like? There's no homes.
Hey.
It's a demolition site. He wants to give them homes. He said, like, some people were asking, so are you going to buy the land over there? And he's like, there's nothing to buy. We're just going to take it. There's nothing to buy. There's nothing for sale. There's nothing. It's been bombed.
That's crazy.
And then people are complaining, why do you want to take these people out of the bombed? Why do you want to take people out of the debris like that? How could you, Donald? How could you rehouse these people? I die every time. Like, what are you talking about?
How fucking dare you house homeless people? You
How
monster!
You? What are they supposed to do?
I don't know. Let's look for more. Let's look for more. Let's see more from Trump.
We're going to be doing something else that's going to be very, very good. We're going to be selling a gold card. You have a green card. This is a gold card. We're going to be putting a price on that card of about $5 million, and that's going to give you green card privileges plus. It's going to be a route to citizenship, and wealthy people will be coming into our country by buying this card. They'll be wealthy, and they'll be successful, and they'll be spending a lot of money and paying a lot of taxes and employing a lot of people. And we think it's going to be extremely successful. Never been done before or anything like this, but it's something that we're going to be putting out over the next, would you say 2 weeks out? Do you want to say a couple of words about it?
Do you need Congress for this? Do you think you need to
No, we don't need Congress, no, because we're not doing citizenship. We're doing the card. It's a path to citizenship.
It's interesting.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm sure this can be interpreted in a lot of ways. And this just is my interpretation. But damn, I wish I wish that the leaders of my country thought like this. This is brilliant.
Yeah.
This is brilliant. You are making extremely rich people pay a fee to come into your country, essentially.
Yes.
And then they are living there and bringing their money into your country.
Yep.
I wish the people that ran our country were this business savvy.
In fact, we had people come here. I don't know if you've heard about the Gupta scam. We had foreign people with tons of money come here and pillage us. They didn't come here and pay tax. No, they took our tax money, guys.
Yep.
So this is a man who is implementing a strategy to help the private sector, to help encourage economic growth. You have more money, you pay more tax. And that's sensible. And now this first idiot, Christopher, I guess mob bosses and the world all over will be looking at this and thinking, I don't even know what that is. I don't know what
It's
this
clown emoji. They're rolling their eyes at clown emoji.
This is the clown. Because who in their right mind lets any rich person into their country? You know, like money equals control. Like if you're a mob boss, obviously, like money equals control.
Yeah.
You have power. You can tell people what to do. Do you really think that they're not going to vet anyone? Really? Like, seriously?
I do want to say as well, relating to this, of how this is like a move to bring more money and wealth into the country, thereby just making it stronger.
Mm.
Relating also to the expropriation without compensation thing. Probably heard about this as well, but they're offering people immigration into America as well from South Africa. So I was saying, and I was saying to Shmo the other day, like, this is offering immigration to these farmers who are having their land taken away. This is a way to boost just the kind of food that they have in America as well. Like Donald Trump is clearly making America into a great superpower.
Yeah, and
he's bringing.
It's RFK right there.
And RFK is right there behind him.
Wow.
He is. Yeah. RFK is the health guy, right?
Yes,
he's the
he
big
is.
health guy. Yeah. So he's not okay. So he's getting rid of unwanted illegals. Very important distinction there. Very important distinction.
Yeah, criminal.
Yes. He's bringing in rich people to pay lots of taxes. And he's bringing in farmers. We have some of the best farmers.
We literally
in the
have
world.
We have some of the best.
If not the best, we have some of the best.
Yeah.
And so yeah, clearly Donald Trump is just turning America into a superpower. And I have no problem with it. I just wish that our country was the same.
I wish Trump was my president.
Donald Trump is my president. I'll be seeing you soon, Mr. Trump. I will be seeing Mr. President Trump. I'll be seeing you soon. Give me that immigration. I want those immigration rights.
Give me my H-1B. I know you got it. But like on the topic of farmers, like I know people have heard about Urania because they made like national
big stink about
international news. Oh my word. It's an apartheid enclave. Oh my word. They still have those race-based nonsense things going on there. They have their own little encampment. It's a little cult of white people. It's not like that. Just as proof to these people, their farming ability, they went to the Little Karoo, which is a desert. If you look it up, it is there's nothing there.
Let's look it up. We have it right here.
There's maybe succulents.
Little Karoo, right?
But yes, the Klein Karoo. At least I think it's the Klein. Pretty sure.
Semi-desert region.
Let's
look at this.
Or just look up Orania and just look at the area around Orania. These people farm in a semi-desert.
Look at this.
It's dusty, bro. It's actual dusty randos. Look at that.
Bro.
These are farmers.
That is like insane.
Yeah. Now imagine getting a bunch of people who have, like, I don't want to say like all of them have ancestors that live in Orania because obviously like it's different families that live there. And you can't say that they are all related because that sounds kind of to say that. But like it's in their blood. The word boer means to farm. their identity is farming. If Donald gets these guys in there, like they are going to be growing crops, they're going to be growing super crops.
Like, look at this. They took this. What I imagine. Okay, I don't know all the details. I don't know that much about them. But just looking at this picture, before there were humans here, I'd imagine this area is what like the whole region looked like.
Yeah.
And
I
then
mean,
look at how green this is over here.
Yeah.
The neighborhoods are like full of trees over here. Here's some of those of crops and stuff. Bro, these people have green fingers. All of their fingers are green. They have green hands and arms.
Yeah. They got their own bank. They're busy building their own airport. They are almost completely energy like sufficient.
Yeah.
They're busy
working
making
solar power
themselves.
and
Yeah, you should see their solar farms. Like these people have it down, regardless of their skin color.
And you know what? No, people can say that this is like a white cult and all of that stuff. And like, oh, it's racist because they don't allow other people in here that aren't white and whatever. Now let's think about it like this, man. Think about it like this. Say we go back to apartheid times. And they and the government is racist towards blacks, coloreds, Indians, whatever. The white people on top, obviously that's apartheid. If there is an enclave of people who are not white and they decide because they've been oppressed all the time that they want to have their own space that they don't allow white people into, that sounds all right, right? Like that sounds fine. Hey, we're all oppressed. Let's get together and we make our own thing.
Yeah.
This is it right here.
Yeah.
There are so many laws against white people in this country, so they decide to go make their own thing.
Yeah.
Cool. Isn't that what freedom is?
Democracy.
Anyway, that's my little.
That's true. It's a double standard.
Yeah.
These people have it down. You must see the interviews and stuff that I've watched. Like they can walk around at night.
Controversial whites only town.
And we say whites only. It's literally it's whites only because if you are culturally and racial, like if you are racially, man, if you are racially homogenous, generally you tend to be culturally homogenous. These are people who obviously were around during apartheid. You can't say all of them share the same values. Some of them were like, okay, you know what? This doesn't look as lucrative as it used to be. So I'm probably going to go where the rest of my people are and see, maybe I can open up a business there because my chances over here don't look as good. Greener pastures, although they went to a place that was like brown, there's no pasture there. And they were like, let's make it green.
Yeah.
And slowly but surely they built up a place for themselves that they could call home.
I want to see if it really is just white people here.
No, didn't you tell me the other day there was no, that I don't know, that's people
it's just
visiting
promotional material, yeah.
I don't know.
It's difficult to tell, but wait, what was that telling me the other day?
There was a Nigerian guy that moved to Oranje and he got like accepted. The thing is, the only things you need to get accepted, I'll talk to you about that afterwards. But the thing I was going on about with the cultural homogenization, and these people share the same values in terms of religion and beliefs. And I'm not talking about racial beliefs before someone in the comments is like, racial beliefs, racist. That's not what I mean. What I mean is these people believe in God. They are, I think they're not Pentecostal. They are obviously some subsection of Christian, and they're very like staunch in their beliefs. And if you don't have the same like religious belief, and you don't share in the customs that they do, they feel like you probably won't fit in, and they don't want to have someone in there that's not going to be an active participant in their community. They're very communally orientated. So if you're just going to be like a hermit in your house all the time, that shares in none of their values, you could end up dead in that house and no one's going to check on you. You're just going to be like there.
Let's put it this way: if you're living at a house and you aren't contributing anything to the house, why would they want you there?
Yeah.
That's what Oranje is.
And check this, man. I watched an interview with the leader of Oranje. Apparently, if you commit a crime, they kick you out.
Oh, nice.
Even if you steal, they kick you out.
Cool.
They don't want criminals there.
Good.
So I think that's fair.
Ooh, yes, jealous.
Even if you're white, hey.
Come and see what
Here
this
we
man
go.
has to say.
Message to the USA authorities, just like we did with
Mommy,
the
mommy himself.
Australian authorities. Stay out of South Africa's domestic affairs. South Africa is a post-colonial country seized with deep racial inequalities that were long designed by apartheid and colonialism. Our land expropriation program seeks to realize the ideal of equality and human dignity. Through land expropriation, we are forcing the white people to share the land which was gained through a crime against the humanity of black people and African people in particular. Be that as it may.
So obviously he's reading that. Like word for word he's reading that. He didn't look up from that page a single time. Did he even write this himself? And even if he did, it would make sense that he wrote this himself. I don't think Julius Malema is a very intelligent guy when it comes to words. No, but I think he's very intelligent when it comes to
Politics.
when it comes to politics, he's definitely very intelligent. I just don't think, I don't know, there's just something missing. He needs something to be. He needs something to be wanted when it comes to how he's talking here. His grammar.
No, because if you're gonna speak a certain way to a certain crowd, you can't communicate your ideas properly, and you're not gonna sell those people on your ideas. You need to sound like how you think they would sound.
That's also true.
You need to speak to a person on their level, and I'm not trying to say, oh, speak to a dumb person in a dumb way. Just make your point easily understood.
Yeah.
That's it.
Speak the language of it.
Fun fact, this guy's not South African. This bruh is talking as if, oh, he was there in the struggle. He's Zimbabwean. Where was Zimbabwe when we were under apartheid? He's Zimbabwean. And bro is talking like he's...
Do you know when Zimbabwe was at that time? They were sick of also...
Starving.
Yeah, they were going through the same thing with their farmers and stuff.
No, I'm not sure about the dates on that.
Yeah, I don't know if it was exactly that, but Zimbabwe went through the same thing that we are going through now.
Yeah, another president there in Zimbabwe now they're specifically paying white farmers to come back.
Yeah.
Do you really think they're gonna come back?
And yeah, Zimbabwe used to literally be known as the breadbasket of Africa. They had some of the most fertile soil, and they used to just they were farming. Yeah, they were farming. Bro. That's how farming they.
Yeah, they got like loot, like a whole farm. The loot was a farm, legendary.
What did you say last night we were watching that video? They started as a level 100 mafia.
Yes. Rhodesia was level 100 mafia boss.
Yeah.
And here this man comes level 1 crook from Zimbabwe after it was the breadbasket. He's like, post-colonialism. He is incredibly intelligent because he's played a massive group of people. Like he knows how to play people.
Yeah.
And he knows how to play the youth. Then that's the problem. There are so many young people supporting this guy and this red beret strode. They don't even know this bro looks up to. He's a
Mao.
communist.
He looks up to Mao Zedong.
He's a communist.
And
Doesn't work. Malema should pay his debt to VBS. You see, there, he knows. Bob knows.
Bob 558. Thank you, Bob.
VBS, there was a whole scandal where they took money from a bank.
The second comment as well. USA is staying out. Didn't you hear? No more money. That is such a good point. That is such a good point.
You're the G
Mario Kid 76.
We Ethiopians.
We stand with South Africans black. And we do everything black to get land. We stand with South African black. Estefanos.
That has to be a lie. Is that a bot? That has to be a lie.
Yeah. Even this name.
What? Estefanos Nang Yekidani. Though they were also colonized.
Yeah.
Might have been like Spain or something.
If y'all didn't know, the whole of Africa was colonized.
Yeah, not just South Africa.
Yeah. And yeah, I think coming back to my point of that earlier as well. Okay. I'll just continue talking the meantime. Going back to my point earlier as well about like how power is handled here in Africa. It just seems like there's a lot of when they were the other countries that came and colonized a lot of the countries here in I was going to say South Africa now. In Africa, they did a lot of basically looting. I think it was in the Congo, they were looted for rubber, basically. South Africa, gems and precious metals. Zimbabwe was farmland. All of these things, Africa is such a resource-rich continent, or at least it was at some point. And people who came and colonized us basically took all those resources. And when they were eventually ousted, the people who were natively African then came into power. They basically inherited these systems that were systems for gathering resources and materials in very efficient ways, I guess. And I mean, what do you do if you are oppressed for all of that time by somebody who's not even from this country or continent? And then all of a sudden you inherit these systems that are big money-making machines, essentially. That's how corruption works. That is what corruption is. When you have this longing to have power, and then all of a sudden you're given a great deal of it. And then you wield the power for yourself. And I think that's what happened in Africa. It has nothing to do with race or culture or anything. Or at least maybe the culture was born from this dynamic of just these people who live in poverty and are given a lot of power. And then now that they are given this power, they use that power for themselves. Yeah.
Like imagine like you sit at that end of the table. The pot of food's over there. Then all of a sudden you get moved next to the pot of food. You're gonna dish more or less.
No, I have speaking from my own from my standpoint, I will just sit with the pot in front of myself and a spoon.
Wow, that's like what they're doing. I just realized that's what they're doing.
Well, I am South African after all.
You know, if this is an opinion. I don't think power corrupts. I think if you're a shit person, you're going to do shit things. And if they give you a shit person power, that's it for everyone else. And they just keep inviting more shit people. If you're shit, you attract shit. You're not going to poop in someone else's toilet if you have a toilet at home. So shit attracts more shit.
No.
Unless you really need to shit somewhere else. You know.
You find something.
Yeah, you find a bucket or a pit toilet or something like that. But 50 minutes. Okay.
Can we cap it here?
He's dead. Oh no. Let's start.
Bye.
Yes.
Like and subscribe for more terrible content. Bye. I always like when they do things like on some channels where they just have like the chatter after they've finished recording.
Oh.
And it's just some random chatter afterwards. Like, haha, wasn't that a cool episode.
I guess I've been holding in a fart, came back, and then I still had a fart, and now just sitting here staring at you.
I told you there's beans and corn nuclear testing facility in our house.
But it's so good though.
It is. It's delicious.